Hey, what's good, my folks? Hey, how y'all doing? How everybody feeling? Y'all already know what it's hitting for. Um, it don't matter how you feeling when you leave here, you're gonna be feeling great because we take all negative energy and we put it in a positive place. And if it's already in the right place, shit, you in a place to be. So look, check this out. You know, at the end of this video, I'm probably gonna put like a funny clip, a funny video or something because I wanted this to be more of a positive video. But the thing about it is, it's really not. So it is what it is. I'm gonna just get to the subjects. Paul Mooney passed away today, and rest in peace, Paul Mooney. Made his blessings and everything be with his family. The thing about Paul Mooney is I feel kind of robbed. I feel like we got kind of robbed of seeing Paul Mooney like in the later stages of his life because of the whole incident with Richard Pryor's son. Because he allegedly raped him, or what I mean, took advantage of him when he was a little boy, and you know, I don't personally care. Do I? If you ask my opinion, do I think he did it? Yeah. I mean, Paul Mooney was a If he wasn't completely gay, he was a bisexual man. If he wasn't, I don't know. I just can't believe it. His mannerisms, like, it just was too crazy. So you can't tell. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't from a generation like this to where you can just basically start out and be like that and everybody accept you to an extent. You feel me? So it's crazy. So that's probably a lot of shit, but I really respect him because he paved a lot of ways. Like, he was a lot of the brains behind a lot of projects and shit that we seen, especially in the early stages. He helped with a lot of things. He helped write jokes with Richard Pryor, but he didn't write them for Richard Pryor. He didn't write, you know what I mean? And I like how he always clarified he didn't want to falsely take any credit for anything he didn't do. So that's why I mess with him, you feel me? And then, so rest in peace, his family passed away. So just remember the good times because he's a funny comedian, bro. He's the funniest comedian to watch him sit down on that little chair and get going ham, you know what I'm saying? And the next thing I wanted to talk about was Vanessa Bryant. Her introduction speech for Hall of Fame speech for Kobe Bryant. I love Kobe. I'm a Kobe friend. As you can clearly see, I'm an LA nigga through and through. So I love Kobe all the way. Lakers, you feel me? Lakers all the way. So it's like, it kind of hurt my feelings because I never knew who she was. And I would hear certain comments like, well, people really never mess with her. They mess with Kobe and all that. But I even heard that Kobe was kind of an asshole at times. So it was like, So she may have been something like her husband. So, I can't judge it. But the thing about it, when I watched her do her introduction, like to say, if he was here and alive, he'd have wanted to, he probably would have thanked a lot of family and friends. But I'm doing it, so I just want to thank him for getting it done. Nah, that just don't sit right with me. You personally still should have, honestly, I feel like you should have more respect for other people because he's not here, because he would have did it. And the part that bugs me, that really just makes me have an opinion, because I don't have one. The only thing I have an opinion was, I just don't like the fact that how her parents said that they weren't invited. The sister said that she wasn't invited. They were glad to be at home anyway because I think one of the parents is sick or something like that. I don't know. But they weren't invited. You know what I mean? And she said that Vanessa basically said that she invited them, or I'm not sure. I think she said she invited them, but even if she didn't, I know she said something about Kobe. I don't know if they had the best relationship, but at the end of the day, Kobe's passed away. I don't give a damn how good his relationship was with his parents. He died. His parents was a huge part of his life. How do you not bring them there? Like, me and somebody else was talking earlier, and they was like, my producer was talking earlier, they was like, man, I want to sit down and have Kobe. I want to sit down and know stories about Kobe. That's what we want to know. I don't want to know, I'm sorry, I don't want to be rude, but I don't want to know just about how he was the greatest dad to come pick his kids up every day. That's a beautiful thing, and we're glad that he was a great dad. But I want to know the stories about him growing up as a kid. Like, his sister wrote a story about how she used to have to stand underneath the court, and if he rated her anything other than a 1 or a 10, he'd get mad. If she said he was like a 6 or something, he didn't like that. So it's like, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear about that black mamba, the baby mamba, you feel me? And I know his dad played a huge part in his role because his dad took him to Italy as well as he was in the NBA, you feel what I'm saying? And his dad even dunked on Hakeem Olajuwon. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I remember watching it for the Lakers. Yeah, he dunked him. Yeah. So I just felt like it wasn't the most respect you could have showed, because even like with the outfits, like I seen the Mambacitas, I was gonna try to get an outfit or two, but I looked, number one, it was crazy expensive, and number two, they sold out in like 10 seconds. So I mean, like, I just felt like, you know, who's you making that for? Like, I didn't feel Kobe at all in that. So I don't like certain moves, but you know, everybody has reasons, so I'm not gonna knock you. But you know, I'm being honest, but you know, that's why, to my opinion, but I ain't got no issue with it. But that's why I just wasn't feeling the whole induction speech, because it was kind of, you know, and you know, I don't know, it's kind of like when Flavor Flav was on the roast, and Flavor Flav time was get up a roast, and he didn't have no funny jokes, and he was like, well, I didn't know what kind of roast do. I understand you may know, but if you know you're there for a roast, you should know. Like, you're doing a Hall of, I know it's crazy, like, left and right, but you're doing a Hall of Fame induction speech for Kobe Bryant. Like, you should have a lot of people write, like, it should be a well-written thing, you know? And then to know how early, like, I heard, like, she asked Jordan, like, a year ago or some crazy shit. Some shit that it was close to, like, you shouldn't even been asking him around that time. You shouldn't even been thinking about it. But for you to ask him and have him up there, I felt like that was cool. But, like, only reason I say that, too, is because, like, when you see Nipsey get a Grammy, who was all up there? It wasn't just Lauren London. It was Lauren London, Black Sam. It was all money. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. If X gets something, you don't just see Cleopatra there. You see X, you know what I'm saying? You see the squads. You're not just supposed to, like, that just don't, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how great a person is. You feel me? I wouldn't care if I did these videos and I made it to fucking being the most famous YouTuber ever. It still wasn't just me. It was other people that helped get me to this stage and different points in life. You know what I'm saying? So it's more acknowledgement. I just, you know, felt like it was crazy. So I just wanted to touch on that. You know what I mean? Another thing that I wanted to touch on was Joe Biden's wife. I never, you know, this whole Joe Biden era, I don't really, you know, it is what it is. I'll just wait and see, because he's passing a lot of laws. He's doing a lot of extra stuff to where it's like, I kind of didn't really trust you, but you know, most people feel like you can either go from bad to worse. It's either or, so it ain't gonna get no better. But he basically, his wife said F Kamala Harris, because I guess they was going back and forth about an issue, and it was something about the two people, because I'm gonna put the pictures up because I just skimmed it. It was something about the two senators or whatever. They represented, like, they was trying to get black, you know, trying to get black equality, and those was the people that Joe Biden was going back and forth with. And so then she said, like, Kamala Harris, in so many words, kind of said Joe Biden was kind of racist, kind of, and or he wasn't trying to really help with the movement, or he's trying to stop the movement of, you know, black people. And that's what she kind of said. And that's when his wife, Jill Biden, was like, you know, tell her she could shut the F up. My husband is not a racist and stuff like that. I'm gonna show the pictures. It's crazy. And then the crazy thing else on top of that was, whenever I guess she was talking, Joe Biden leaned over to somebody else and was like, this fucking like, he said some derogatory thing. He said some derogatory cussing about, like, listen to this bullshit or some shit like that. Something to where it's like, are you kidding me? And now to see how he's the president, she's his vice president. It makes you feel like, in a sense, even if you don't like Trump, at least with Trump, you felt like politics was more of an open, real life type thing. Now it's just like, now they just back to the same old boring scheming, conniving game plan that they always done. Like, I don't trust none of you. I don't know. Hey, was it a reason why you made her? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if you really even like her. I don't even know if y'all like it. So now when I think about this, Joe, we did it, Joe. We did it, Joe. Y'all don't even like each other. Oh my God. And look, I would just keep it real, since I'm already being a real nigga. I thought this was crazy. I don't know how the Kamala Harris let Joe Biden's wife outdress her. I can't never forget that day, because his wife was with that baby blue. I was like, ooh. And Camilla come looking like, come on, man. I don't give it about that man, white man. Camilla, you supposed to be snapping. If nothing, you supposed to come in there with pink and green, had Don Magic in the back with Honey's throwing $100 bills. Man, I'm a fool though. Well, look, I'm gonna try to end this on as positive note as I can. But it's not that positive, but it's a little more positive than everything else. And it hurt my feelings, because it's like this, my niggas, my fam. I love hot Cheetos. I'm sure a lot of y'all do too. And to hear that that great hot Cheeto story that I heard was fake hurt my heart. Yeah. The man who supposedly found somebody who was a janitor at the company, found some hot Cheetos on the floor, took them home to his wife. They took us some chili powder. They put it over the hot Cheetos. It was like, oh my God, what is this, hot Cheeto? And then they took it to the company. Then all of a sudden he became, nah. The son of a monkey was, he had another position. He may have been a janitor, whatever, but he moved up to the marketing director. So I don't know when he moved up to the marketing director, but I see why, obviously. And what he did was smart, to the point to where not only did he make a great story about Cheetos, to where I know it keeps Cheetos circulating a little bit because of the story, and he put himself in there. He just made himself like a part of history automatically. And Cheetos just let the story run. And they said it was some other guy named Larry something who actually just, he just created the product and brought it to him. Like, you know what I mean? I think he may have worked for him, but you know what I mean? It was just doing his thizzle. It wasn't nothing to the point of being as spectacular as this whole story that he created, which is like, I see why he's good at his job. I see why they promoted him. Like, you know what I'm talking about? But I already got y'all. But you already know. I'm sorry. Hey, you know what? It was one thing I wanted to touch on too, was the Kobe Bryant, the Vanessa Bryant speech. What I'm posting, because I don't know why. What I'm posting is what his sister wrote about him, and his sister's best friend, she retweeted it or whatever. So yeah, that seems more like what I would have liked to hear for his, you know what I mean, introduction to Hall of Fame speech, especially considering he was gone. I would have enjoyed to hear that. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, y'all let me know what y'all think. But all right, I just had to let y'all know. That's it, man. Y'all stay Gucci. Y'all stay good. It's all peace and love. Hey, I want to give a shout out and thanks to everybody who shows support and show love and always tell me that y'all mess with me and y'all like my page and y'all mess with me. Hey, like, politic with me. Let me know what I should talk about. I see everything. Even though I don't got the best response time, trust me, as some people, I respond to some people like almost 6-7 months later. But I'm gonna give you a long, like, I'm gonna really respond to you. Even I try to respond to the haters too, because y'all doing this to get noticed. So I try to give y'all a little bit of acknowledgement because I ain't tripping. But yeah, politics. Let me know what we want to talk about and everything like that. Y'all already know our energy strong. Ain't nothing slowed down. As y'all see, we pumping a whole lot harder right now. You know what I'm talking about? So stay blessed. I love y'all, baby.